Gabriel watches the city, where he saves people from death. He looks for people in cars texting and touching on the shoulder to prevent accidents. One of these men was Arj. He wants to become a documentarian, but he doesn't have enough money and has to work many jobs. But the interview with a normal company failed. Gabriel is worried about him. Arj came to the cafe, but not for food. He should be paid to stand in line. 2 hours later, the girl says that the rolls are gone, because of which Arj lost his order. Moreover, the rich Jays bought the rolls. Next up is laundry in a private home. The child living there angers Arj, who speaks out at him and gets a bad grade. Throughout the day, Arj performed many different tasks. To earn at least something, out of spite, the policeman gave him a fine. One day Elena approached him. She wants to create a trade union and improve working conditions. Arj doesn't want to get into it, since he's self-employed, and anyway, no matter what they do, nothing will change. In the evening, Elena met Arj, and they decided to eat. Arj talks about his goal of becoming a documentarian. Elena believes that he will succeed. He doesn't have a home, which is why Arj arrives at the TS parking lot and gets ready for bed. To improve his sleep, Arj listens to a sleep podcast. But every now and then there is a commercial break. One day, all the angels gathered to discuss their progress. Each angel deals with his own personal affairs. For example, salvation from falling or saving lost souls. Gabriel is inspired by the stories of the angels and asks his boss, Martha, to give him a more significant position. She is sure that saving souls is very difficult, and Gabriel is not ready yet. But things are only getting worse for Arj. He was practically kicked out of the parking lot, and to wash himself, he goes to the club. His homeless friend Glennard also goes there, with whom they communicate on various topics. While Gabriel stood next to them, Jeff wore Arj to clean out the garage. He did his job with an A+. Jeff promises to give the best rating. Along the way, he says that he has very little free time due to his constant work. Arj listens to his to-do list, which sounds like complete nonsense, and offers to become his personal assistant. Jeff gives him probation. Each subsequent day, Arj performs all tasks perfectly, which is why Jeff really liked him and received the go-ahead for a permanent job. If he needs to buy something, Jeff gives him a corporate card. For the first time in a long time, Arj was able to get a hotel room. One day, Jeff said that he had a gun at home. This is for a special occasion, and says the cat from the safe. During the conversation, Arj let it slip that he would have a date. And then Jeff gives him clothes and suggests a good and expensive cafe. Already, when he had to pay the bill, Arj clearly became indifferent. Everything here is cheap, but by Jeff's standards. Then he has to use a corporate card. Jeff quickly saw the expenses and asked where the money went. Arj asks for forgiveness and tells what happened. He promises to return all the money. But Jeff fires him anyway. There is no work in the application, and he has to donate blood. Moreover, the car was taken to the impound lot. Gabriel can no longer stand by and shows himself to Arju. He shows him a future in which Arj lives in Elena's parents' house. Then they found normal jobs and moved to another state. But there is still no money. Arj doesn't particularly want that kind of future. He would like to live like Jeff. Gabriel will show him that the rich can be unhappy too. At the new touch, Arj moves into an expensive car. A dot on the computer leads him to Jeff's house. But this Jeff is different. Now, Jeff does the dirty work. Arj wonders whose house this is. To which Jeff replies, yours. It turns out that Gabriel changed their lives. Arj immediately starts spending a lot of money and acts like an ordinary rich man. One day, he met Elena, who now does not know him. They visit the same restaurant, and things go much better than before. As the week ends, Gabriel wonders if Arj wants to go back to his past life. To which he quickly answers no. Moreover, he was worried that Gabriel would forcefully return him to his past life. But fortunately for him, Gabriel does not have such powers. Gabriel reports this to Marty. She doesn't like all this. After all, Gabriel was supposed to help Elena. Now he needs to convince Arj to return to his life and takes away his wings. We have to give Jeff his memory back. Jeff asks Arj to give his life back, and then he will give him $200,000. Gabriel explains that when they return, Jeff won't remember anything. Still, Arj agrees to return, but before that he wants to have fun. And since Gabriel now has no wings, he asks Jeff to live with him. Already at the hotel, Gabriel says that he cannot fly, because its wings are very small. Only high-ranking ones have big wings. The next day, Jeff has to start fulfilling orders on the app. Now he understood how to be poor. Most people communicate poorly with him and blame him for mistakes that are not his fault at all. That night, Jeff learned that the money only came in once a week. I'll have to sleep in the car. And Arj suggested that Elena fly to Paris. She refuses, since she has business in the legal union. Upset, Arj gets into the car and texts while driving. And how many times does he get into an accident? Since Arj is now in a coma, he will not be able to travel to his past life. And Jeff will have to remain poor. Jeff panics and asks Gabriel to call the other angels. Martha is upset about Gabriel. Now he will have to become an ordinary mortal. Only when Arj returns to his life will he become an angel again. Gabriel has never eaten before, so he doesn't know how to know when he's full. But he likes human food. 3 weeks have passed. Jeff never found a job. He tells Gabriel that he should look for a job too. Now Gabriel is a dishwasher, and he didn't like the first salary at all. Taxes gobbled up most of the money. His colleague Philip suggests that he find another job. Gabriel replies that he doesn't have time for that. But Arj has come to his senses, but still does not want to go back to the past. And for Jeff, he pretends to have amnesia. With this news, he returns to Gabriel, who is so tired that he has started smoking. He has an idea to guide Elena on the right path, and perhaps this will affect Arj. Gabriel comes to Elena to support her idea of a trade union. People realize that he doesn't work here, so they call security to kick him out. At least this would get people to vote to form a union. The majority were against it. Philippe finds a drunk Gabriel and invites him to have some fun. They move to the club, where Gabriel sees the driver he saved. It was Philip's wife. Gabriel realizes that his work was very important, and Jeff received the news that his productivity did not suit them, and now he would not be able to work as a delivery driver. Jeff intends to come to his home and pick up his expensive watch. On this day, it was Arj's birthday. Gabriel sees that among the guests were Arj's friends, and they have clearly become rich. But Elena doesn't want to meet him, thinking that he stole everything. His friend Leonard implies that all rich people steal. But Arj is different from them because he helped Leonard when he had no money. But usually the rich don't even pay attention to the poor. At the end of the party, Arj begged Elena to dance. When everyone is gone, Jeff breaks into the house and steals the watch. Arj spots the robbers and opens fire, hitting Jeff. It's a pity for Arju, but it was Jeff who asked to use the gun in such cases. Because of this, Jeff realized that Arj did not have amnesia. The next day, Arj asks Gabriel to give back their lives. However, if Arj truly wanted this, it would have already happened. Arj wants the exchange out of guilt, not out of the understanding that his life is also worthy of returning. Jeff thinks this rule is bullshit. Since no one wants to be poor until they can figure something out, Arj suggests they all live together. After a while, since Martha came to Gabriel, Gabriel does not understand how he needs to give hope if people's lives are dishonest. Martha hints that the soul needs another person. Gabriel doesn't understand what this means. In the evening, they met Elena. They all go to the club together. Gabriel's head is filled with thoughts that he is a failure. Arj notices a depressed Gabriel, telling him he shouldn't give up. Gabriel counters by saying that Arj has given up too. They are very similar. They have no money, housing, or work. Although, while he was a man, he also encountered good things. Friends, food, and fun. Even Arj realized that his past friends were fake. He just misses his family. Gabriel is a great angel for him. He would like to create his own future and not get someone else's. Gabriel touches Arj, transporting him to a past life. Jeff feels out of place and finds parking bills. When Arj came to pick up the car, Jeff had already paid for everything. And the company announces that it is increasing salaries in the application, and robots can no longer take the places of people. Arj's life followed the same course as Gabriel had shown. But now Arj wants to change everything. He quits and starts writing his book. And during dinner, he leaves one taka for Gabriel. This is where the film comes to an end.